imagine the courage of these boys? Honestly, you put yourself in their shoes. The courage of these boys. And here's where I take the sermon title from, is it's time to take a stand, because at that point, at that moment, when this golden image is erected and the music starts playing, what would Nebuchadnezzar have done if 1,000 people stood up and they did not bow down? What would he have done? But guess what? 1,000 people didn't stand up, did they? They all got on their knees and they all bowed down. Maybe in their heart, they were like, you know what? I'm not worshiping the image, but I don't want to get thrown in the fiery furnace, so I'm going to get down on my knees. I'm just going to kind of act like that I'm getting thrown in the fiery, or act like that I'm worshiping the image, because I don't want to burn. But those 3 boys stood up. Why? Because everyone else bowed. I'm standing out right now. You know, there's members of the media here right now. I'm standing out right now. I look like a lunatic right now because the golden image has been erected and you have 3 people standing up and you don't have thousands standing up. I am not an anomaly. I am a Baptist preacher that is just preaching the Bible, and if it offends society, then it's going to offend society. But if all of these other pastors would grow a spine whenever the music starts playing and would stand up just like I'm standing up, guess what? What would Nebuchadnezzar do? But they're not, are they? Maybe they're not worshiping the image, but guess what? They're on their knees, they're on their faces, aren't they? Huh? Why? Because they're scared. They're scared of the media sitting in there. I'm not scared of them. These are nice people. You know, we talked before the service. I'm not scared of these people. They're nice people. They have a job to do. Who cares? Big deal. You think I'm scared? You think that I'm scared or worried about all of the text messages, all of the comments, all of the phone calls, all of the voicemails? You think that I am afraid of those things? And that's why that these other Baptist pastors that believe exactly the way I believe are down on their faces whenever the music started. Because they're like, man, I don't want to get thrown in that fiery furnace. And guess what? Whenever they're down there, placating, weak, spineless, on their faces, whenever they're down there, that just makes Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego just stand that much taller, doesn't it? See, the world looks at it and they're like, "Oh, there's Pastor Fritts. There's that lone wolf. There's Pastor Fritts. That one guy, that one Baptist pastor that's just a lunatic. That's just crazy." Guess what? There's a lot of people that believe exactly like I believe. I mean, for a fact. There's nothing that I didn't preach that's not been preached for a long time by countless other preachers. It's just the problem is now is the music started playing and all of my Baptist brethren have put their head in the sand. Why? Because they don't want the media sitting in here. Why? Because they don't want to pull up in their minivan at their church and have cameras put in their face, and they don't want people to comment on their YouTube, and they don't want the Facebook messages. They don't want the voicemails. So guess what? They bow down when the music starts because they don't want all that. They're weak, they're spineless, and you know what? Hey, if the Bible says it, you need to say it. You need to preach it as a preacher. And if it doesn't say it, then don't say it. I mean, I'm not trying to get on some sort of political platform. I'm trying to preach the entire counsel of God from Genesis 1:1 to Revelation 22. Amen. The whole counsel of God, in season, out of season, whether it's popular or whether it's not popular.